Rebuild Yourself After Failure: How to Rise, Recover, and Succeed, written and published by Elevate Book. Introduction. Why this book matters. Failure is not the end. It is a beginning, an opportunity for growth, transformation, and ultimate success. Yet, failure can feel overwhelming, disheartening, and even paralyzing. Many people give up when faced with setbacks, not realizing that some of the greatest successes in history were built on repeated failures. This book is for anyone who has faced failure and is searching for a way to rebuild their life. Whether you have experienced personal setbacks, professional losses, or unexpected disappointments, this guide will provide you with the tools, mindset, and strategies to rise, recover, and succeed. What you will learn. Throughout this book, you will understand the true nature of failure and why it is a necessary part of success. Learn from historical figures, entrepreneurs, athletes, and everyday individuals who transformed failure into success. Discover actionable strategies for rebuilding confidence, resilience, and purpose. Gain insights from psychology, neuroscience, and behavioral studies on overcoming adversity. Develop practical habits and mental frameworks that will empower you to move forward stronger than before. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone to it. This book will show you how to take that next step. Chapter 1. Understanding Failure: Why It's a Necessary Step Toward Success. Introduction. The fear and stigma around failure. Failure is one of the most feared experiences in human life. From an early age, we are conditioned to avoid failure at all costs, whether in school, at work, or in our personal lives. Society often rewards success while punishing or shaming those who fall short. As a result, many people develop a deep-rooted fear of failure, seeing it as a sign of personal inadequacy rather than an essential part of growth. But what if failure isn't something to be feared? What if, instead of being a dead end, failure is actually the most powerful teacher you will ever have? Throughout history, the most successful people, entrepreneurs, athletes, scientists, artists, have all experienced major failures before achieving greatness. Their success wasn't in spite of their failures, it was because of them. In this chapter, we will explore the psychology of failure and why it feels so devastating. Historical examples of famous people who turned failure into success. The difference between failing and being a failure. How reframing failure can transform your mindset and future success. Practical exercises to redefine your relationship with failure. By the end of this chapter, you will have a new perspective on failure, one that will empower you to see every setback as a stepping stone to future success. The psychology of failure. Why it feels so devastating. To understand failure, we need to explore why it impacts us so deeply. When we fail at something, whether it's a business venture, a personal goal, or an academic test, it triggers an intense emotional response. The biological reaction to failure. Failure isn't just an emotional experience, it is a neurological one. Research in neuroscience and psychology has shown that failure activates the same brain regions associated with physical pain. This explains why failing at something can feel almost as painful as a physical injury. According to a study published in the journal Science, the brain's dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, DACC, processes failure in a way similar to how it processes actual physical pain. This means that when we experience failure, our brain interprets it as a threat to our survival, activating our fight or flight response. This biological reaction is why failure can feel so personal. It isn't just about losing a job, getting rejected, or not meeting a goal. It feels like a deep attack on our self-worth. Understanding this reaction is the first step in breaking free from its grip. The social stigma around failure. Another reason failure feels devastating is the way society treats it. From childhood, we are taught that success is rewarded and failure is punished. In school, bad grades result in consequences, while high grades lead to praise. In the workplace, promotions are given to top performers, while mistakes can lead to demotions or job loss. Because of this, many people start associating failure with shame. Instead of viewing failure as a normal part of learning, they see it as something that must be hidden or avoided at all costs. This mindset makes failure seem far worse than it actually is. But what if we change the narrative? What if failure was not the end, but the beginning of something greater? Historical examples. How failure led to success. If failure were truly the end of the road, some of the most successful people in history would have never made it. Let's look at a few remarkable individuals who failed before they achieved greatness. 1. Thomas Edison, 10,000 failures before one success. Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors in history, is famous for his relentless experimentation. Before inventing the light bulb, Edison reportedly failed over 10,000 times. When asked about these failures, Edison famously responded, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His perspective on failure was the key to his success. Instead of seeing failure as a defeat, he saw it as data, learning from every mistake until he finally succeeded. 2. J.K. Rowling, rejected 12 times before Harry Potter was published. Before Harry Potter became one of the best-selling book series in history, J.K. Rowling faced multiple rejections from publishers. She was a struggling single mother living on welfare, battling depression, and receiving rejection after rejection. But she didn't give up. Eventually, one small publishing house, Bloomsbury, took a chance on her, and the rest is history. 3. Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school team as a teenager. Instead of giving up, he used this failure as motivation. "I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Michael Jordan. The difference between failing and being a failure. One of the biggest mistakes people make is identifying with their failures. Failing at something does not mean you are a failure. Failure is an event, not a person. Failing means you tried. Being a failure means you gave up. Every successful person has failed, but they did not let failure define them. This distinction is crucial because how you perceive failure shapes how you respond to it. If you see failure as proof that you are inadequate, you will avoid taking risks. If you see failure as a learning opportunity, you will grow stronger after every setback. How reframing failure can change your life. Reframing failure means changing how you interpret it. Instead of seeing it as a negative event, view it as a lesson or a redirection. Steps to reframe failure. 1. Detach failure from your identity. You are not your mistakes. 2. Look for the lesson. Every failure contains valuable insights. 3. Ask empowering questions instead of, "Why did this happen to me?" Ask, "What can I learn from this?" 4. See failure as progress. If you are failing, it means you are trying. 5. Celebrate effort, not just results. Progress happens even in setbacks. Practical exercise. Redefining failure in your life. Take a moment to reflect on a recent failure. Write down. 1. What happened? 2. How did you feel? 3. What lessons did this failure teach you? 4. How can you use these lessons moving forward? By analyzing your failures objectively, you begin to see them not as defeats, but as lessons that shape your growth. Conclusion. The power of failure as a catalyst for success. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary step toward it. The sooner you embrace failure as a learning experience, the faster you will grow, improve, and ultimately succeed. In the next chapter, we will explore how to build resilience, the key to bouncing back from failure and coming back stronger than ever. Chapter 2. Embracing Resilience, How to Strengthen Your Mental Toughness. Introduction. Why resilience matters. Failure, setbacks, and hardships are inevitable in life. But what determines whether you rise or stay down isn't the failure itself, it's how you respond to it. This response is called resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficulties, adapt to challenges, and persist in the face of adversity. It is what separates those who stay stuck in failure from those who rise stronger than before. In this chapter, we will explore what resilience is and why it's essential for success, the neuroscience behind resilience and how the brain adapts to setbacks, how highly resilient people think and act differently, powerful resilience-building habits and strategies used by successful individuals, daily exercises to strengthen your mental toughness and emotional resilience. By the end of this chapter, you will have a proven roadmap for developing resilience so that no setback, failure, or hardship can permanently hold you back. What is resilience? Understanding the core of mental strength. Resilience is not about avoiding failure or hardships. It is about facing them head-on and emerging stronger. It is a mindset, a skill, and a way of life. Common myths about resilience. Before diving deeper, let's address some common misconceptions about resilience. 1. Myth. Resilience means never feeling pain or distress. Truth. Resilient people do feel pain, fear, and disappointment, but they do not let these emotions paralyze them. Instead, they process their emotions and move forward. 2. Myth. You are either born resilient or you are not. Truth. Resilience is a skill that can be developed. Just like building muscle in the gym, mental toughness is built through consistent effort and training. 3. Myth. Resilience means pushing through everything alone. Truth. Resilient people know when to seek help, lean on others, and build a support system. True strength comes from knowing when to ask for guidance. Now that we have cleared up these misconceptions, let's explore the science of resilience. The neuroscience of resilience. How your brain adapts to setbacks. Resilience is not just a mindset. It is wired into the brain. The brain is highly adaptable, meaning that you can train it to respond to failure, stress, and setbacks in healthier, more constructive ways. The role of neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to rewire itself based on experiences is called neuroplasticity. Every time you overcome a challenge, push through adversity, or reframe failure positively, your brain strengthens neural pathways associated with resilience. This means that the more you practice resilience, the stronger and more natural it becomes. Just like learning a new skill, your brain adapts and becomes better at handling setbacks over time. The stress response. Why some people break while others rise. When faced with failure, stress, or adversity, the body activates its fight or flight response. This is controlled by the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing fear and stress. However, resilient individuals have stronger control over their amygdala, meaning they can regulate their emotions better and avoid overreacting to setbacks. The key to strengthening resilience is training the brain to stay calm under pressure, analyze situations rationally, and focus on solutions rather than problems. How highly resilient people think differently. Resilient individuals do not allow failure to define them. Instead, they view challenges as temporary, learn from their mistakes, and keep pushing forward. Key mindset shifts of resilient people. 1. They see failure as feedback, not as a final outcome. 2. They focus on what they can control and let go of what they cannot. 3. They reframe negative situations and find meaning in struggles. 4. They practice gratitude, even in difficult times. 5. They believe in their ability to adapt, learn, and grow. Developing these mental habits will make you more resilient over time. Practical habits to strengthen resilience. Resilience is built through daily habits and intentional practices. Here are some of the most powerful habits to strengthen your mental toughness. 1. Develop a challenge-based mindset. Instead of seeing problems as obstacles, view them as challenges to overcome. Ask yourself, how can I use this situation to grow? Example. If you lose your job, instead of thinking, I am a failure, reframe it as, this is an opportunity to find a better career path. 2. Train your mind to handle stress better. Practice deep breathing, meditation, and mindfulness to stay calm under pressure. Engage in regular physical exercise, which reduces stress and boosts resilience. 3. Cultivate self-compassion. Stop beating yourself up over failures. Treat yourself with kindness. Research shows that self-compassion increases resilience and helps people recover faster from setbacks. 4. Build a support system. Resilient people surround themselves with uplifting, supportive individuals. Develop a network of mentors, friends, and colleagues who encourage you. 5. Set small, achievable goals. Setting and achieving small goals builds momentum and confidence. Example. If you're recovering from a business failure, start with small wins like networking, updating your resume, or improving your skill set. Daily exercises to build resilience. Here are 3 powerful exercises you can start today to strengthen resilience. 1. The 3 wins exercise. Every day, write down 3 small wins or successes. These could be overcoming a difficult task, Learning something new. Making progress on a personal goal. By focusing on daily victories, you train your mind to see progress instead of setbacks. 2. The what did I learn? Journal. Whenever you experience a failure, write down 3 lessons you learned from it. Example. If a project fails, instead of focusing on frustration, write down 1. What went wrong? 2. What could I have done differently? 3. How will I approach it next time? This helps rewire your brain to see failure as a learning tool, not a defeat. 3. Visualization practice. Every morning, visualize yourself handling setbacks with confidence. Picture yourself staying calm, focused, and solution-oriented in tough situations. Over time, this mental training prepares your brain to handle real-life difficulties with resilience. Conclusion: building an unbreakable mindset. Resilience is not about avoiding failure. It is about learning to rise every time you fall. The most successful people in history did not avoid failure. They learned how to recover quickly and keep moving forward. By practicing resilience-building habits, shifting your mindset, and training your brain, you will develop unshakable mental toughness, the kind that will allow you to turn every setback into a setup for success. In the next chapter, we will explore how to overcome fear and self-doubt, 2 of the biggest obstacles to resilience and success. Chapter 3. Overcoming Fear and Self-Doubt. Introduction. The silent killers of success. Fear and self-doubt are 2 of the most common barriers to success. They hold people back from taking risks, pursuing opportunities, and believing in their abilities. Many dreams have been abandoned, businesses left unstarted, and talents left undeveloped, not because of external obstacles, but because of the internal battle with fear and self-doubt. Whether it's the fear of failure, rejection, or not being good enough, these emotions can paralyze us and prevent us from reaching our full potential. However, fear is not the enemy. It is a natural response that can either control you or be controlled by you. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they manage their fears and doubts. In this chapter, we will explore the root causes of fear and self-doubt and why they feel so powerful, how fear affects your brain and body and why it holds you back, how highly successful people overcome fear and self-doubt, practical strategies to break free from fear and build confidence, daily exercises to rewire your mind for courage and self-belief. By the end of this chapter, you will have a step-by-step blueprint for facing fears, silencing self-doubt, and taking action despite uncertainty. Understanding fear, what it is and why it feels so powerful. Fear is a deeply ingrained survival mechanism. It evolved to protect us from danger, ensuring our ancestors avoided life-threatening situations. However, in today's world, most fears are not about survival. They are psychological fears rooted in insecurity, past experiences, and social conditioning. The 3 main types of fear. 1. Fear of failure, the belief that failing will ruin your reputation, finances, or self-worth. 2. Fear of rejection, the worry that others will judge, criticize, or abandon you. 3. Fear of uncertainty, the discomfort of not knowing what will happen if you take a risk. How fear affects your brain. Fear activates the amygdala, the brain's fear center, which triggers the fight or flight response. When this happens, your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes shallow, your body prepares to either run from the situation or shut down. This biological response is helpful in genuine danger, like avoiding a car accident, but when applied to non-life-threatening situations, like public speaking, starting a business, or asking for a promotion, it becomes an obstacle to success. The truth about self-doubt. Why we question ourselves. Self-doubt is the internal voice that tells you that you are not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. It is often louder than reality and has little to do with your actual abilities. Where does self-doubt come from? Past failures. If you have failed before, your brain may assume you will fail again. Negative childhood experiences, harsh criticism, or a lack of encouragement during childhood can lead to long-term self-doubt. Comparison to others. Social media and society often make people feel inadequate. Perfectionism. The belief that if you can't do something perfectly, you shouldn't do it at all. How highly successful people deal with self-doubt. Even the most successful individuals experience moments of self-doubt. The difference is that they do not let it stop them. Instead, They 1. Acknowledge their doubts but don't accept them as truth. 2. Focus on their strengths rather than their weaknesses. 3. Take action despite feeling uncertain. 4. Surround themselves with supportive and encouraging people. Practical strategies to overcome fear and self-doubt. Fear and self-doubt will not disappear on their own. They must be confronted and managed. The following strategies will help you break free from their grip. 1. Reframe fear as excitement. The physiological response to fear, racing heart, adrenaline rush, is almost identical to excitement. Instead of saying, "I'm afraid," tell yourself, "I'm excited." This small shift tricks the brain into viewing fear as something positive rather than threatening. 2. Take action before you feel ready. Most people wait until they feel confident and fearless before taking action. The truth is, confidence comes after action, not before. The fastest way to overcome fear is to do the thing you're afraid of, even in small steps. 3. Challenge negative thoughts. Whenever self-doubt creeps in, challenge it. Doubt, "I'm not good enough to do this." Challenge, "Why do I believe this? What evidence proves this? Have I succeeded in similar situations before?" 4. Adopt a growth mindset. A fixed mindset believes abilities are unchangeable. A growth mindset believes that skills, intelligence, and confidence can be developed through effort. Embrace mistakes and failures as learning experiences rather than proof of incompetence. 5. Build a fear list and conquer it gradually. Write down your biggest fears and break them into smaller, manageable steps. Afraid of public speaking? Start by speaking in small groups before addressing a large audience. Afraid of networking? Start by having one-on-one conversations before attending big events. Each time you face a small fear, your brain rewires itself to handle bigger challenges. Daily exercises to build courage and confidence. 1. The evidence of success journal. Every night, write down 3 things you did well that day. Over time, this rewires your brain to focus on strengths rather than weaknesses. 2. The what's the worst that can happen? Exercise. Whenever fear paralyzes you, ask, "What's the worst that can happen?" Then ask, "If that happens, how would I handle it?" You will often realize that the worst-case scenario is not as bad as your mind makes it seem. 3. Visualization of success. Every morning, spend 5 minutes visualizing yourself succeeding at something you fear. Picture yourself calm, confident, and in control. This mental rehearsal prepares your brain for real success. Conclusion: fear will not win. Fear and self-doubt are universal experiences, but they do not have to control your life. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of fear, but the courage to act despite it. Key takeaways from this chapter. 1. Fear is natural, but it doesn't have to hold you back. 2. Self-doubt is based on past experiences, not your actual abilities. 3. Successful people still experience fear, but they take action anyway. 4. By reframing fear, challenging negative thoughts, and building confidence step by step, you can overcome any self-imposed limitation. In the next chapter, we will explore how to build an unshakable mindset so that you can develop the mental strength to push through obstacles and achieve your goals. Chapter 4. Building a stronger mindset, how to think like a winner. Introduction. The power of mindset in overcoming setbacks. Your mindset is the single most powerful factor in determining your success. It shapes how you perceive challenges, handle setbacks, and push forward despite adversity. Every successful person has faced failure, rejection, and self-doubt. What separates them from those who give up is not luck or talent, it's their mindset. Some people view failure as proof they are not good enough. Others see failure as feedback and an opportunity to grow. The difference between these two perspectives is the difference between giving up and succeeding. In this chapter, we will explore the 2 types of mindsets and why one leads to success while the other leads to stagnation. How to rewire your brain to develop an unshakable, success-oriented mindset. Powerful mental habits used by top achievers to stay motivated and focused. Practical exercises to shift your thinking and overcome limiting beliefs. By the end of this chapter, you will have a clear roadmap for cultivating a winner's mindset. one that allows you to navigate failure, embrace challenges, and move forward with confidence. The two mindsets that shape your life. According to psychologist Carol Dweck, author of Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, there are two primary types of mindsets. 1. Fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Fixed mindset, growth mindset, avoids challenges, embraces challenges, gives up easily, persists through obstacles, sees effort as pointless, believes effort leads to growth, fears failure, views failure as a learning opportunity, feels threatened by others' success, is inspired by others' success. People with a fixed mindset believe that intelligence, talent, and abilities are static. You either have them or you don't. As a result, they avoid challenges to protect their ego. People with a growth mindset believe that intelligence and talent can be developed through effort and learning. This belief drives them to push forward despite obstacles. Which mindset do you have? Ask yourself, do you avoid trying new things for fear of looking foolish? Do you believe failure defines you, or do you see it as a stepping stone? Do you feel jealous of successful people, or are you inspired by them? If you lean toward a fixed mindset, don't worry. The good news is that mindsets can be changed. How to rewire your mind for success. Your brain is not fixed. It is highly adaptable. This means you can train yourself to think like a winner and develop a growth mindset over time. Here's how. 1. Reframe failure as growth. Instead of saying, I failed, so I'm not good at this, say, I learned something valuable that will make me better. Failure is not proof of inadequacy. It is evidence that you are growing. 2. Train yourself to love challenges. People with a fixed mindset avoid challenges because they don't want to risk failure. People with a growth mindset seek out challenges because they know challenges lead to growth. Next time you face a difficult situation, tell yourself, this is an opportunity to get stronger. 3. Develop a resilient inner dialogue. Your self-talk shapes your mindset. Instead of saying, I'm not good at this, say, I'm still learning and I'll improve with practice. This is too hard. Say, hard things make me stronger. I can't do this. Say, I can't do this yet. The word yet is powerful because it reminds your brain that improvement is possible. 4. Surround yourself with growth-oriented people. Your mindset is influenced by the people around you. Spend time with those who challenge, inspire, and encourage you. Avoid negative people who reinforce limiting beliefs. 5. Focus on progress, not perfection. Perfectionism keeps people stuck. Instead of aiming for perfection, aim for consistent progress. Celebrate small improvements rather than waiting for big wins. The mental habits of highly successful people. Top achievers think differently from the average person. Here are the key mental habits they practice. 1. They see problems as puzzles, not roadblocks. Most people get frustrated when they encounter a problem. Successful people get curious and ask, how can I solve this? 2. They control their reactions. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. Instead of complaining, successful people focus on solutions. 3. They practice gratitude daily. Gratitude rewires the brain to focus on what's going well instead of what's missing. Keeping a gratitude journal improves mental resilience. 4. They learn from criticism instead of taking it personally. Instead of being offended by feedback, they ask, how can I use this to improve? They separate constructive feedback from irrelevant negativity. 5. They take responsibility for their lives. They don't blame others or external circumstances. They ask, what can I do to improve my situation? Practical exercises to strengthen a growth mindset. 1. Reframe your struggles exercise. Write down a challenge you are facing. Then, write down 3 ways this challenge is helping you grow. Example. Challenge. I lost my job. Growth opportunity. 1. Opportunity to find a career that excites me. 2. Chance to develop new skills. 3. Learning resilience and adaptability. 2. Change the story you tell yourself exercise. Write down a negative belief you have about yourself. Then, rewrite it as a positive, empowering statement. Example. Negative belief. I'm bad at public speaking. New belief. With practice and preparation, I can improve my public speaking skills. 3. Growth journal exercise. Each day, write down one thing you struggled with and what you learned from it. Over time, this trains your brain to see obstacles as opportunities. Conclusion: your mindset is the foundation of success. Your mindset is your most powerful tool. It determines how you 1. Handle failure. Do you give up, or do you learn from it? 2. Approach challenges. Do you avoid them, or do you embrace them? 3. View success. Do you envy others, or do you believe you can achieve it too? By developing a growth mindset, you can train yourself to think like a winner. Key takeaways from this chapter: a fixed mindset keeps you stuck, while a growth mindset helps you thrive. Your thoughts shape your reality. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Small daily habits lead to massive mindset shifts over time. Success is not about being perfect, it's about constant improvement. In the next chapter, we will explore how to rebuild confidence after failure so that you can move forward with unshakable self-belief. Chapter 5. Rebuilding Confidence After Failure. Introduction. The emotional toll of failure on self-confidence. Failure does more than just set us back. It shakes our confidence. After experiencing a major setback, whether in our career, relationships, or personal goals, it's common to feel self-doubt, fear, and even shame. You might question your abilities. You might fear trying again. You might feel like you're not good enough. But here's the truth. Your confidence is not permanently lost. It can be rebuilt, even stronger than before. Confidence is not something we are born with. It is something we cultivate through experiences, habits, and mindset shifts. In this chapter, you will learn why failure damages confidence and how to stop the downward spiral, the science behind self-confidence and how it can be rebuilt, strategies successful people use to restore confidence after setbacks, practical exercises to help you regain belief in yourself step by step. By the end of this chapter, you will have a clear roadmap to rebuilding your confidence so that failure no longer defines you, it empowers you. Why failure damages confidence. Understanding the psychological impact. Failure doesn't just affect what happened, it affects how we see ourselves. When we fail, we don't just think that didn't work out. We often think, I am a failure. This is called self-identification with failure, and it is one of the biggest reasons confidence crumbles. The downward spiral of lost confidence. Here's what often happens after a failure. 1. You experience a setback, e.g., losing a job, failing a business, getting rejected. 2. You start doubting yourself. Maybe I'm just not capable. 3. You avoid taking risks or trying again. What if I fail again? 4. Your confidence drops even further. I'm not good enough. 5. You stay stuck, afraid to move forward. This downward spiral is dangerous because it reinforces limiting beliefs that keep you stuck in fear and inaction. But the good news? You can stop this spiral and reverse it by understanding how confidence actually works. The science of confidence, how to rebuild it step by step. Confidence is not just a feeling. It is a psychological state that can be trained and strengthened. According to research in cognitive psychology, confidence is built through 1. Competence. The more you develop skills, the more confident you become. 2. Experience. The more you take action, the more your brain learns to handle challenges. 3. Positive reinforcement. The more you acknowledge small wins, the stronger your self-belief grows. The key to rebuilding confidence is to retrain your brain to focus on your strengths, learn from setbacks, and take small, measurable actions. How successful people rebuild confidence after failure. Some of the most successful people in history have faced devastating failures. What allowed them to rise again was their ability to rebuild their confidence step by step. 1. Oprah Winfrey, fired and told she was unfit for TV. Oprah was fired from her first television job and told she was not fit for TV. Imagine how that could have crushed her confidence. But instead of letting it define her, she used it as fuel to prove them wrong. Lesson: 1. Rejection does not determine your worth. You define your potential. 2. Steve Jobs fired from Apple, the company he founded. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he built from the ground up. He could have let this destroy his confidence, but instead, he reinvented himself, started new companies, Pixar, and Next, and eventually returned to Apple to lead it to even greater success. Lesson: failure is not the end. It can be a turning point for something even greater. 3. J.K. Rowling rejected 12 times before publishing Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling faced multiple rejections from publishers, and she was struggling financially. But she didn't stop believing in herself. She kept submitting her manuscript until one publisher finally said yes. Lesson: confidence grows when you persist, even when others don't believe in you. Strategies to rebuild confidence after failure. 1. Separate failure from your identity. Failure is an event, not who you are. Instead of saying, "I am a failure," say, "I failed at this, but I can improve." Reframe failure as a learning experience, not a personal flaw. 2. Identify and challenge negative self-talk. After failure, your inner critic gets louder. Challenge it with evidence. Negative thought: "I'm not good enough." Challenge it. "What proof do I have that I am not good enough? What past successes have I had?" 3. Focus on small wins to rebuild momentum. Confidence is built through progress, not perfection. Start with small, achievable goals and celebrate each step forward. Example: if you lost your job, start by updating your resume. Then apply to one job, then another. 4. Take action despite fear. Confidence does not come before action. It comes from action. Even if you don't feel ready, take one small step forward. The more you act, the more confident you become. 5. Surround yourself with supportive people. Confidence is contagious. Spend time with people who uplift and encourage you. Limit exposure to negative, discouraging people. 6. Rebuild competence through learning. Confidence grows when you develop new skills. If failure exposed a weakness, train yourself to improve in that area. 7. Use visualization to see yourself succeeding. Every morning, visualize yourself overcoming challenges with confidence. Your brain does not distinguish between real experiences and mental rehearsal, so practicing success in your mind prepares you for real success. Daily exercises to strengthen confidence. 1. Confidence journal exercise. Each day, write down 3 things you did well. Focus on small achievements, no matter how minor. 2. What I've overcome reflection. Write a list of past challenges you have overcome. This reminds your brain that you are capable of bouncing back. 3. Talk to yourself like a friend exercise. Imagine your best friend faced the same failure as you. What encouraging words would you tell them? Now, say those same words to yourself. Conclusion: confidence is rebuilt, not lost forever. Confidence is not a fixed trait. It is something you can rebuild and strengthen. No failure is permanent, and no setback defines your future. Key takeaways from this chapter. 1. Failure shakes confidence, but it does not destroy it. It can be rebuilt. 2. Confidence comes from action. Small steps lead to big changes. 3. Reframe failure as a learning experience, not a reflection of your worth. 4. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. 5. Practice self-compassion and recognize your past successes. In the next chapter, we will explore how to take action and move forward after setbacks, ensuring that you don't just regain confidence but also build a new path to success. Chapter 6. Taking Action, Moving Forward After Setbacks. Introduction. The power of moving forward. Failure is not what holds most people back. It is inaction that keeps them stuck. After experiencing a major setback, it's natural to feel hesitant, fearful, or unsure about what to do next. However, staying in this state for too long can create paralysis by overthinking, leading to missed opportunities and prolonged self-doubt. Moving forward doesn't mean you ignore your failures or pretend they didn't happen. It means you process them, learn from them, and take action despite them. Many people wait until they feel motivated or ready before they take action. But here's the truth. Action comes before motivation, not after. The more you take small steps forward, the more motivated and confident you become. In this chapter, you will learn why inaction keeps people stuck and how to break free from it, how to rebuild momentum step by step after a failure, strategies for overcoming hesitation, procrastination, and fear of trying again, daily exercises to help you take consistent, meaningful action. By the end of this chapter, You will have a practical roadmap for taking control of your future and building success after setbacks. Why inaction is the real enemy. After failure, it's easy to get caught in overthinking and hesitation. Many people tell themselves, "I'll start when I feel ready. I need more time to think before I try again. What if I fail again? I should wait until the perfect moment." But in most cases, waiting leads to more waiting. The longer you hesitate, the harder it becomes to start again. The cycle of inaction. 1. Fear of failure or uncertainty. What if it doesn't work? 2. Overthinking and hesitation. I need more time to figure things out. 3. Lack of action. No steps are taken toward progress. 4. Loss of confidence. You start believing you're incapable of moving forward. 5. More fear and doubt. The cycle repeats itself. Breaking this cycle requires taking action before you feel fully ready. How to rebuild momentum after failure. The best way to overcome setbacks is to start small and rebuild momentum step by step. Here's how. 1. Shift your focus from what if to what's next. Instead of asking, "What if I fail again?" ask, "What's the next small step I can take?" Success is built one step at a time, not in one giant leap. 2. Start with small, achievable goals. Set micro goals that are easy to accomplish. Example: if you failed a business, don't start by launching a new company overnight. Instead, research a successful entrepreneur's journey. Take a short course to improve your skills. Network with someone who has experience. Small wins create momentum and rebuild confidence. 3. Take immediate action, no matter how small. Action beats overthinking. Choose one small task you can do right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Example: if you're recovering from job loss, send one email, update one resume section, or apply for one position today. 4. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time never comes. Most successful people start before they feel fully ready. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to begin. 5. Use the 2-minute rule to overcome procrastination. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. If it takes longer, commit to working on it for just 2 minutes. You'll likely keep going once you start. Overcoming the fear of trying again. One of the biggest obstacles to taking action after failure is fear of another failure. To break free from this fear. 1. Redefine failure as feedback. Instead of seeing failure as a dead end, view it as a learning experience. Ask yourself, what did this failure teach me? How can I adjust my approach? 2. Accept that failure is part of the process. Every successful person has failed multiple times before succeeding. Example: Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. Elon Musk's first 3 SpaceX launches failed. Colonel Sanders' chicken recipe was rejected 1,009 times before KFC was born. 3. Create a fear action plan. Write down, what is the worst that could happen if I fail again? Then ask, if that happens, how will I handle it? This exercise removes fear's power by giving you a plan to deal with setbacks. 4. Build a support system. Surround yourself with people who encourage action instead of fueling doubt. Find mentors, friends, or support groups that help keep you accountable. Daily exercises to stay in action mode. 1. 5-minute forward exercise. Every morning, set a 5-minute timer and do one small action that moves you forward. Example: if you're recovering from a breakup, send a text to reconnect with a friend. If you're rebuilding a career, research one job listing. If you're starting a new habit, take the first step, e.g., do one push-up, read one page. 2. Progress journal exercise. At the end of each day, write one action you took toward your goal, one lesson you learned, one thing you will do tomorrow. This reinforces momentum and progress tracking. 3. 10-second decision exercise. Whenever fear stops you from taking action, count backward from 10 to 1, then act immediately. This interrupts hesitation and shifts your brain into action mode. Conclusion: success comes from action, not perfection. Many people stay stuck after failure because they believe they need to feel confident or ready before taking action. But confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Key takeaways from this chapter. 1. Inaction is the real enemy after failure. Waiting leads to more waiting. 2. Start small. Momentum is built through tiny, consistent actions. 3. Fear will never fully disappear, but action makes it lose its power. 4. Failure is feedback. It teaches you what doesn't work so you can improve. 5. Daily action, no matter how small, leads to long-term success. In the next chapter, we will explore how to reinvent yourself after failure and create a new path to success that is even better than before. Chapter 7. Reinventing Yourself, Creating a New Path to Success. Introduction. The power of reinvention. Failure often feels like the end of the road, but in reality, it is an opportunity to create a new, stronger, and better version of yourself. Some of the most successful people in history didn't achieve greatness by sticking to their first attempt. They failed, adapted, and reinvented themselves. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first TV job before becoming a media mogul. Steve Jobs was ousted from Apple and later returned to transform it into a global powerhouse. J.K. Rowling went from being an unemployed single mother to the world's best-selling author. They didn't just recover from failure. They used it as an opportunity to reinvent themselves and build something even greater. In this chapter, you will learn why reinvention is essential after failure, how to let go of the past and embrace a new identity, practical steps to redefine your goals and purpose, how to develop new skills and open new opportunities, daily exercises to embrace reinvention and personal growth. By the end of this chapter, you will have a clear roadmap to creating a new path to success, regardless of past setbacks. Why reinvention is the key to success. Many people fear starting over because they see it as admitting defeat. But reinvention is not about giving up. It is about adapting, evolving, and finding a better way forward. The biggest myths about reinvention. 1. Starting over means I failed. Truth. Reinvention is not failure. It is an upgrade. Many of the greatest successes in history came from people who pivoted and tried something new. 2. It's too late to change. Truth. It is never too late. People have reinvented themselves in their 40s, 50s, and even 60s. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until he was 65 years old. 3. I don't know what my next step should be. Truth. You don't need to have everything figured out. Start small, explore new options, and adjust as you learn. The key to reinvention is openness to change and the courage to explore new possibilities. Letting go of the past and embracing a new identity. Before you can create a new path, you must first let go of the old one. Holding on to past failures, regrets, or disappointments will only keep you stuck. How to release the past and move forward. 1. Accept what happened, but don't let it define you. The past is a chapter, not the whole story. Instead of saying, I failed at this, say, I learned from this and I am moving forward. 2. Stop comparing yourself to your old success. Many people struggle with reinvention because they compare their current reality to their past peak moments. Instead of longing for the past, focus on what's next. 3. Forgive yourself and move on. Self-forgiveness is essential for reinvention. Let go of guilt, shame, or regret. They serve no purpose in your future success. Reinvention starts when you free yourself from the weight of the past and begin focusing on the possibilities ahead. Redefining your goals and purpose. Failure often shakes our sense of direction, making us question what we truly want. Reinvention is the perfect time to reevaluate your goals and redefine what success means to you. Steps to redefine your purpose. 1. Ask yourself, what do I really want now? Forget what others expect. What excites you? Example. If a failed business left you drained, maybe your next move isn't another startup, but mentoring others in your field. 2. Identify your strengths and passions. What are you naturally good at? What do you enjoy doing? Where do these two areas overlap? 3. Set new, meaningful goals. Your new goals don't have to be massive. Start with small, achievable steps. Instead of aiming to start a company, begin with building a skill set or networking in a new industry. Reinvention is about aligning your new path with what truly fulfills you, developing new skills and expanding opportunities. Reinvention often requires learning and growing in new ways. Whether it's acquiring new skills, shifting industries, or adopting new habits, personal growth is the foundation of a successful reinvention. How to build new skills for reinvention. 1. Identify the skills you need for your new path. What skills will help you succeed in your next chapter? Example: if you want to switch careers, what technical or soft skills are required? 2. Commit to continuous learning. Take online courses, e.g., Coursera, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning. Read books on your new field. Learn from mentors and experts. 3. Experiment and adapt. Try small projects in your new area before making big commitments. Example: if you want to move into writing, start a blog instead of quitting your job immediately. New skills open new doors. The more you learn, the more opportunities will appear. Daily practices to embrace reinvention. 1. Future self visualization exercise. Every morning, close your eyes and visualize your ideal future self. Picture what you are doing, how you feel, and what success looks like. This helps program your brain to work toward that vision. 2. One bold action a day challenge. Every day, take one action toward your new path. It could be sending an email, applying for a job, or learning a new skill. 3. Reinvention journal. Write about what excites you about this new journey. What small progress have you made today? What fears do you need to overcome? Conclusion: your next chapter starts now. Reinvention is not just about moving forward. It's about creating a new, better version of yourself. It is a chance to step into who you were always meant to be. Key takeaways from this chapter. 1. Reinvention is not failure. It is an upgrade. 2. Let go of the past to make room for new opportunities. 3. Redefine your goals based on what truly fulfills you now. 4. Learn new skills to expand your opportunities. 5. Take daily action. Small steps lead to massive transformation. In the next chapter, we will explore how to stay motivated and committed to your growth, ensuring that your reinvention leads to long-term success. Chapter 8. Staying motivated and committed to your growth. Introduction. The challenge of staying motivated. Starting over after failure is tough, but staying committed to your growth is even tougher. Many people feel inspired in the beginning, but as time passes, motivation starts to fade. Doubt creeps in, progress feels slow, and obstacles make it tempting to give up. You might feel excited about a new opportunity, but what happens when things don't move as fast as you hoped? You might set ambitious goals, but what do you do when setbacks slow you down? You might be determined to reinvent yourself, but how do you keep going when life gets hard? The truth is, motivation alone is not enough. You need discipline, consistency, and a system to stay on track. In this chapter, you will learn why motivation fades and how to keep it alive. How to create habits that keep you moving forward, even on difficult days. The role of mindset and environment in long-term success. Practical exercises to stay focused, inspired, and committed to your growth. By the end of this chapter, you will have a proven strategy to stay on course, no matter what challenges arise. Why motivation fades and how to prevent it. 1. Motivation is an emotion. It comes and goes. Many people believe they need to feel motivated to take action. But motivation is not reliable. It fluctuates based on mood, environment, and circumstances. Some days, you'll feel unstoppable. Other days, you'll feel tired, discouraged, or unmotivated. Highly successful people don't rely on motivation. They rely on habits and systems that keep them moving forward, even when they don't feel like it. 2. Setbacks can drain your motivation. After failure, setbacks feel more discouraging than before. You might ask, what if I fail again? Is all this effort even worth it? Why is progress so slow? The key is to expect setbacks and build a system to push through them. 3. Progress feels slow, but that's normal. One of the biggest killers of motivation is not seeing results fast enough. But here's the reality. Growth happens in small, consistent steps, not giant leaps. The most successful people stick with it long enough to see results. If you quit too soon, you'll never know how close you were to success. How to stay committed to your growth. 1. Focus on systems, not just goals. Most people set goals like, I want to lose weight. I want to start a business. I want to rebuild my confidence. But goals alone don't create success. Systems do. Difference between goals and systems. Goals. Systems. Outcome-focused. Process-focused. I want to write a book. I will write 500 words every morning. I want to get fit. I will exercise for 30 minutes daily. I want to start a business. I will dedicate 2 hours a day to business research. Action step. Instead of only setting a goal, ask, what daily habits will get me there? 2. Create a non-negotiable routine. Motivation fades, but routines keep you on track. Set a fixed time each day for your personal growth, learning, practicing, networking. Example. If you're rebuilding after failure, commit to spending 1 hour each morning on skill development, job searching, or personal growth. Your routine should be non-negotiable, just like eating or sleeping. 3. Use the 5-minute rule. When you don't feel like doing something, commit to doing it for just 5 minutes. 5 minutes of writing. 5 minutes of exercise. 5 minutes of skill building. Once you start, you'll likely keep going. Momentum beats hesitation. 4. Track your progress. Even small wins matter. When motivation fades, it's easy to forget how far you've come. Keep a progress journal. Write down one thing you improved on every day. Review your progress weekly to see how much you've accomplished. Even small improvements add up over time. The role of mindset in long-term success. 1. Accept that growth is not linear. Progress will look more like a zigzag line than a straight path. Some days you'll feel like you're moving forward. Other days, it will feel like nothing is happening. But if you stay consistent, you will see results over time. 2. Stop seeking perfection. Focus on progress. Perfectionism kills progress. Instead of aiming for perfect results, aim for steady improvement. Progress, perfection. 3. Replace negative self-talk with positive reinforcement. Instead of, I'm not good enough, say, I'm improving every day. Instead of, I'm not making progress fast enough, say, every step forward is success. Your mindset will determine how far you go. Building a support system for motivation. Motivation is easier to maintain when you surround yourself with the right people. 1. Find like-minded people. Join a group of people who share similar goals. Example. If you're starting over in business, connect with entrepreneurs. Supportive people equals increased accountability. 2. Share your goals with someone who holds you accountable. Tell a friend, mentor, or coach about your goals. Check in with them weekly for progress updates. 3. Limit negative influences. Avoid people who discourage you or fuel self-doubt. Surround yourself with people who believe in your potential. Daily exercises to stay motivated. 1. The 3 wins exercise. Every night, write down 3 small wins from your day. Even minor progress counts, e.g., sending 1 email, learning 1 new skill. 2. The future self letter. Write a letter to your future successful self. Describe how proud you are of the progress you've made. Read this letter whenever motivation fades. 3. The why I started reminder. Write down why you started this journey. Post it somewhere visible. Read it whenever you feel like quitting. Conclusion. Commit to your growth, no matter what. Motivation will come and go, but if you build the right systems, you will keep moving forward. Key takeaways from this chapter. 1. Don't rely on motivation. Rely on habits and systems. 2. Focus on small daily actions rather than just big goals. 3. Track your progress to stay encouraged. 4. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. 5. Stay committed. Your future success depends on consistency. Chapter 9. Finding success on your terms. Introduction. Redefining what success means to you. Success is often defined by external standards, wealth, status, recognition, but true success is deeply personal. Some people measure success by career achievements. Others define it by personal happiness and fulfillment. Some view success as freedom and peace of mind. The biggest mistake people make is chasing society's definition of success, rather than defining it for themselves. In this chapter, you will learn how to define success in a way that aligns with your values, why chasing external validation leads to dissatisfaction, how to create a personal vision of success that brings true fulfillment, practical exercises to measure progress in a meaningful way. By the end of this chapter, you will have a clear, personal definition of success that guides your decisions and actions. Why society's definition of success doesn't always work. Many people chase money, titles, or recognition because they believe that's what success looks like. But even after achieving these things, they often feel empty or unfulfilled. The common success myths. 1. More money equals more happiness. While financial stability is important, money alone does not create lasting happiness. Studies show that after a certain income level, more money has little impact on well-being. 2. Success means never failing. The most successful people in history failed repeatedly before succeeding. Success is not about avoiding failure. It's about learning and growing through setbacks. 3. Success is about impressing others. Many people chase goals to prove something to others, not because they truly want them. If your success is based on external approval, you'll always feel unsatisfied. The reality: success is personal. There is no one-size-fits-all definition of success. The most fulfilled people are those who define success based on their values and passions. How to define success for yourself. Success should be something that makes you feel alive, proud, and fulfilled, not just something that looks good on paper. 1. Identify what truly matters to you. Ask yourself, what brings me joy and fulfillment? What do I value most in life? Freedom, family, creativity, impact? If I had unlimited resources, what would I spend my time doing? Your definition of success should be aligned with your deepest values. 2. Create a personal vision of success. Instead of chasing generic success, define your ideal life. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. What are you doing? How do you feel? What accomplishments make you proud? 3. Separate your goals from external expectations. Are you pursuing something because you want it, or because society expects it? If you removed fear of judgment, what would you pursue? Success should feel personally rewarding, not just socially impressive. How to measure success in a meaningful way. Once you define success for yourself, you need a way to measure progress. 1. Shift from outcome-based to growth-based success. Instead of only measuring success by external achievements, money, status, measure it by personal growth, skill development, impact on others. Example: instead of measuring success by "did I make $1 million?" measure it by "am I learning, growing, and improving every day?" 2. Celebrate small wins along the way. Many people only celebrate big achievements. To stay motivated, acknowledge every small step forward. Example: starting a business? Celebrate your first customer. Working on fitness? Celebrate consistency, not just results. 3. Define your own success metric. Traditional success metrics: money, job title, social status. Personal success metrics: how much time do I spend doing what I love? How fulfilled do I feel each day? How much freedom do I have to live on my terms? Your success metrics should reflect what truly matters to you. The danger of the comparison trap. One of the biggest killers of personal success is comparing yourself to others. Why comparing yourself to others is harmful. Everyone's journey is different. Social media creates false perceptions of success. People share highlights, not struggles. Constant comparison leads to self-doubt and dissatisfaction. How to break free from comparison. 1. Focus on your own path. Remind yourself, I am building a life that works for me, not for others. 2. Limit social media consumption. Social media distorts reality. Spend more time building your own success than watching others. 3. Turn comparison into inspiration. Instead of feeling inferior, ask, what can I learn from this person? Your only competition should be the person you were yesterday. How to sustain long-term success and fulfillment. Success is not just about achieving a goal. It's about maintaining happiness, growth, and purpose over time. 1. Stay true to your values. If you achieve success at the cost of your values, it won't be fulfilling. Success should align with who you are and what you believe in. 2. Keep learning and growing. Growth should never stop. Continue evolving, learning, and adapting. Stay curious, challenge yourself, and keep expanding your potential. 3. Maintain work-life balance. Success should not come at the cost of health, relationships, or happiness. A truly successful life is balanced and fulfilling in all areas. 4. Give back and help others. True success is not just about what you gain, but how you impact others. Helping others creates a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. Daily practices to reinforce your definition of success. 1. The Success Journal Exercise. Every day, write down one thing that made you feel successful today. One step you took toward your vision. 2. The Am I Aligned? Reflection. Once a week, ask yourself, am I pursuing what truly fulfills me? Am I staying true to my values? Am I measuring success in a way that makes me happy? 3. The Gratitude and Growth Practice. Every morning, write down one thing you're grateful for, one way you are growing. This helps shift focus to personal success rather than external pressures. Conclusion. Success is yours to define. True success is not about meeting external expectations. It is about living in alignment with your values, passions, and purpose. Key takeaways from this chapter. 1. Success is personal. Define it on your own terms. 2. External achievements alone do not create fulfillment. 3. Focus on progress, growth, and impact, not just outcomes. 4. Comparison steals joy. Focus on your own path. 5. Sustainable success comes from alignment, balance, and lifelong growth. Final thought. You have the power to create a life of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment on your own terms. Define your success, pursue what truly matters, and never stop growing. Conclusion. Your journey to rebuilding, rising, and thriving. Introduction. The end of one chapter, the beginning of another. Failure may have once felt like the end of your story, but as you've seen throughout this book, it is actually a new beginning. You now have the knowledge, strategies, and mindset to not only recover from failure, but to rise higher than ever before. You've learned how to understand and reframe failure. You've discovered how to build resilience and mental toughness. You've tackled fear, self-doubt, and hesitation head-on. You've found ways to reinvent yourself, take action, and stay committed. Most importantly, you've learned how to define success on your own terms. This is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of your next chapter,